I don't mind being heard talking about films.
We're here live. Lovely.
Yes, people, welcome to Never a Foul Thursdays. The whole gang are here. Me, Daps, Mo, Cass. You know what time it is, man. You know what? I feel like it's been a while since us four have been on the show together.
I was saying to Cass earlier, like, it's like this is a gang. This is some gang shit.
Yeah.
And today, people, we're going to be doing film reviews. We're going to be talking about The Bear on Cocaine. No, I'm only joking.
Nah, it's actually good to have everyone together. You know when people like see us on different shows and blah blah blah. It's actually nice just to have all the man them together. So make sure people, the man never together, smash a like for the video. Make sure you're subscribing as well. Make sure you're checking out all the platforms. MUSC Cass, obviously, check all the Instagram content, Twitter. That's MESC, MCSC, Daps every single time.
Did you just say MEFC?
No. No, you know what? I nearly done M first, but I realized it's Daps first, isn't it?
No, it's MCFC Daps.
Oh, that's it. Oh, yeah, MCFC Daps. Yeah. And then Taro and MC. So you know what time it is, people. We're going to be talking about all the transfers today, all the latest news that's coming out in January. So yeah, man, it's the Mandem vibe. You know what it is. Get your comments in, and we'll rock from there, man. But yeah, Cass, what you saying first of all, bless, yeah?
Yeah, man. I'm just tired, fam. Seeing everyone do transfers and then my club's broke. And then,
you know why you're tired, isn't it? Because we're lifting something.
Waking up early.
Nah, it's the weight. He's getting lifted. We used to lifting a trophy, Daps.
Yeah. I them 3-0 is there.
Look at his face. Did you see that, Cass?
Go on. So you describe what you think my face meant.
You're sick of us already.
That's my face meant you're actually getting gassed over fucking. I actually kind of watched some of the you and him video yesterday, and the one word I could describe for you, Ty, was cute. You look so excited about winning.
Do you want to take me on a date next month?
Well, you and Liverpool fans, you can go on a date and discuss how great the Carabao couple was suddenly.
I love it. Big up Mo as well, man. Doing the
I was watching you. I was watching. Dude, I was watching them yesterday, and the first thing that caught my ears is like, Cass is like, Ty was like, we're winning this. Newcastle are not stopping us, and I commented right away.
You know what?
If
they actually stop us, though, I'm cooked. I am cooked. If they actually,
but I can't to be. You know what? Yeah, like the way they kind of their last 20 minutes of the game, that was great and all that. Yeah, but I don't know. You know, I know Cass. Look, me and Mo all season before the season started, we were proper Newcastle are the team that might break the top 6. Yeah, and they will break the top 6. I'm confident they'll finish in the top 6. But for the last, Cass has never been too sure on them. I must admit, the last couple of weeks, they're not looking. They're still getting results. Let's not get it twisted. They're not losing.
Now you're right. I know what you're coming with. You're right.
They're not losing games, but they're not looking as convincing. And
yeah, they're not scoring enough as well, Daps. And I think Callum Wilson is a bit of a problem at the moment.
And do you know the other thing, Ty, is two things on Newcastle. I guess this is relevant because it's relevant to the transfer window. I always said that if Newcastle are in the top 4 for the January transfer window, their board will go out and think, do you know what? We're ahead of the curve. If we buy right in this window, like we could really get Champions League football a couple of years before we expect to. And they've been very, very quiet in the transfer window.
Yeah.
And then obviously at the moment, there's rumours around Anthony Gordon. But
apparently he skipped Everton training today, you know.
Yeah,
and
he hasn't been 3 days in a row.
Benty just spoke on it and talked sport, and he made quite a valid point. Right, if you think about Rooney, when Rooney left Everton, you can even say John Stones as well. And Everton fans didn't take to John Stones the way he left, but he carried on going to training. Both of them did. They waited for the move to be done. They never down tools. Now, Anthony Gordon, I know he's taken a bit of flack from the Everton fans recently and whatever, but to me, and it was a really good point, what Eddie Howe is doing there, he's building a team with a really tight-knit, fight for the team, fight for each other. And you look at the way Anthony Gordon's kind of skipping out Everton.
Want that?
Would he want that?
Yeah, bro. Now I agree with you. I agree with you because I think Anthony Gordon, Spurs wanted him for like 60 million. Chelsea were linked to him in the summer. I don't feel like he has that. What you said, like John Stones and Rooney, that respect for Everton. He doesn't have that diehard Everton in him. I feel like he's like, I'm better than this, so I want to go.
Yeah.
And I'm just not sure that you got Seth Maximin that's looking like he could leave now when last year he was their star player.
For real?
Yeah, potentially. If he comes in, it's like he could go. And then obviously you've got Almiron, Willock, and then Joe Linton playing on the left. So I feel like
why would he go? It would be a good squad option now because they got.
He doesn't want to. I don't think he wants to be a squad option.
He wants to be a super. He wants to be a starter every game, and he already said that.
Listen,
he's got the ability to be the star man, so he wants to go and be. I think West Ham are looking at him.
Nah, bro,
we need to be looking at him.
And hold on, if you think about it, remember a couple of months ago, St. Maximum did it, but I'm pretty certain, it was probably a club stunt where St. Maximum gave a fan a Rolex, yeah?
Yeah.
For me, St. Maximum, this is like, Ty, you've been the biggest St. Maximum fan for a long, long time, yeah? I wasn't sure on the guy, but I'm now a lot more convinced. But I feel like since they've been taken over, he's seen this as, okay, this is my time because this club's about to get big and I'm in the perfect place to be that star that was there before the money, get big with them and become a superstar. I don't know. Is there any other way? I don't know too much about Anthony.
You know what?
Is there any other way that...
I like this comment as well, yeah. Should I go through a couple of the comments first?
Yeah.
Let me just quickly do that. Big up everyone that's in here. Make sure you're smashing the like button. There's about 40 of you in here or so, maybe 50 by now. I ain't got a clue. Big up Kunal in the building. Big up CHB Mahidin or Mudin, if that's how you say your name properly. My bad. Big up Wayne says big up Cass in the panel every time. IQ says 100 million. And Arsenal fans, we don't spend. You know, well, yeah, that's for Caicedo. That's what they're quoting. 100 million. This guy had what? 5 million 2 seasons ago.
I said this. Trevor, this would happen. The more look, you always see.
You know, I think it's going to be a Bissouma. Do you think it's going to be a Bissouma? Another Bissouma?
You know what it is, bro. When you've got a team like Brighton, every time they've got a load of stars, but they don't want to sell every single one. But at the same time, the size of the club, if offers are too good to refuse, they'll take them. But every time a player leaves, the next player, the offer needs to be better than they. So I've just seen today that is it Lisbon or Porto?
Yeah, Lisbon and Lisbon with Tariq
Lamptey. And this is what I'm saying. There's going to get to a point where, you know, with all the players leaving, the manager leaving, recruitment team leaving, they're still doing well. But there's going to be a point where the fans are going to be like, hold on a second. Do we have no ambition? Because we're literally just getting rid of players.
Let me keep going through the comments.
Yeah, because let Cass run through the comments quickly.
Sorry, I'll keep quiet.
We got Trevorelli in the building. IQ says, fans not excited for the Mickey Mouse Cup, but this is 10 Hog's first season. Any trophy will be good for confidence. And I like this comment. D1 says, AC Milan wants St. Maxim. I'm about to say, sir.
Yeah, I like that move.
So that means if Leao's going to be on his way out, then you got a like replacement, I would say. You know, I think you do well. I think you do very well in the Italian league.
And I'll have a bit of all day long.
Yeah, that sort of league suits him. Big up Lanzo as well, because I can see Lanzo.
Newcastle for Gordon. I think they've gone for a Maddison or something. Imagine Maddison, Bruno G, and Shelby. Did you just say Shelby holding in Europe?
Yeah, I think Shelby's going, man. I like him.
Shelby,
he's not cutting it, man.
Not Shelby even played this season, Lanzo.
Yeah.
There's a reason why your first name begins with an L, man. BLE in the review says big up Circus in the building. Big up football. Matters and Adrian.
You Circus?
You call me Circus, bro. There's some respect in there, innit?
Fucking hell.
It said, and Adrian says the best thing for Chelsea is to let Arsenal engage in a bidding war and overpay for Caicedo. They reported the call off for the Lavia and Rice in the summer. Their natural sixth better fit.
No. We're having Lavia. We're having Lavia.
Lavia's a good baller still.
And I like. Yeah. But for Newcastle thing, listen. For Newcastle, I was thinking about it the other day. Is that, you know what? Madison has been injured this season, in and out, and we have known Newcastle lately to be smart. And me and Daps will talk about it. They do smart business. They just don't go for the big bid, and that's it. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking that they're waiting for Madison to see how many games he's gonna play this season before they go and put the 50-60 million. Well, Anthony Gordon, though, on the other side, is a young, energetic, maybe a better player than Almiron, but kind of similar profile in terms of like energy up and down the line. And I think Eddie Howe, this is kind of like a player that Eddie Howe can utilize really well on the right side instead of Almiron.
Mo, I do think as well, like obviously I had said that I think if they were in third or fourth, even fifth, they'll go and spend in January. But do you know what? Again, I will respect it if they don't spend massively and just think, nah, you know what? We're doing good. We are where we are. We know the January transfer window is going to be extortionate, and we don't have to rush out. We want to see what this team can do for a season and then reassess it in the summer. So I don't know. I just think Anthony Gordon, man, by the looks of the trouble, I'd avoid him, you know. I think Eddie Howe might as well.
It's one of them ones.
Why is that? Why is that, guys?
I wouldn't avoid. It's not that I would avoid him. I just wouldn't like what I'm seeing from him.
Yeah.
Potentially, if he's to leave Newcastle in a few years, you wouldn't want him to then do the same thing. I think the fact that he can play on the left and the right, obviously his age profile, is good, and I think Newcastle need them type of wingers and flair. I think at 45 million, it's a long-term purchase, but I do understand obviously with the attitude side that comes with it. But to be honest, Eddie Howe's one of their managers. Eddie Howe's one of their managers already that seems to have the group knitted together, proper tight. He ain't gonna take bullshit. So if you come there with that, so he's just not gonna play.
What price?
45 million is looking at.
You know what? You're not going to lose that money as well, are you?
And you know what, Daps? You know what you just said there? When you look at he was 60 million quoted in the summer, and you said about January inflation. To be fair, he's probably the only one that's come down. The Newcastle are going for someone that's come down, and I think Newcastle actually not spending in this window heavily is good, because if they don't even finish in the top 4, guys, let's be real. Even if they finish 6th or 7th, that's actually a successful season anyway, because they're getting to a cup final. And they're finishing inside the top 10. No one expected them to be where they are.
Our debate in the summer was, could Newcastle get in the top 6? That was our debate.
That was at best.
Yeah.
Do you know I'm going to be real? I don't know about you, Mo. Yeah, I don't rate it.
What, you don't rate Gordon, or you don't rate?
Don't rate the move.
I don't rate it neither.
The move, I think the move is as Ty said for the future. It's a future move.
Yeah. I don't. Cass, I'm with you. Yeah. Especially if he's coming in to be like, who are you going to drop at the moment for him? But at the same time, at 45 million at his age, with the talent he does have, it's kind of like it's not that much. But I'll be honest. Again, this move, and if this actually comes off, it says more about Everton, because
where do you want to be?
Well, firstly that, but secondly, they're going to have a new manager arriving, They should be allowing the manager to make these decisions, not making these, like, managers going to be
okay, I've got a good one for you though, Daps. He wanted to leave in the summer, Gordon, and then obviously they've been poor, and then a new manager's coming in. Does a new manager want a player at the club that doesn't want to be there?
Good point.
I think I don't know, man. See, for Newcastle, I think they need. I don't know about you, Mo, but I don't think they need a winger. I think they just need a creative midfielder. Like, I don't know why. Like, don't get me wrong.
Look at their wingers, though, Cass.
I'd rather pay 50 million. I get it, but I saw against Southampton, Isaac came on straight away and created a difference for the wingers a little bit, just different option. I get they could have done with a winger, but that's not. It's like Liverpool getting a winger first, which they do need probably in the left, and then not a midfielder first. I'm thinking they need to get a creative midfielder in Newcastle.
Yeah,
I'd rather spend 40 million on Maddison right now.
I hear you, Cass.
But they are sorry, but they're very, like, listen, they have been very smart in terms of like signings, the Trippiers, the Dan Burn, the Botman. They're not just gonna just go spend 50, 60 million on a player that they have no idea how many games can he play for the rest of the season. That's a waste of money. And also Maddison, I think, is older than Gordon. Gordon, maybe you don't rate that move, maybe you don't rate the player, but Gordon, when he played for Everton, sometimes he looked like their best player. He has a lot of energy. And also, let me ask you something. Mudryk, the guy that went for Chelsea for 80 million plus 20 million bonuses, right? Unproven, played in the Ukrainian league with Shakhtar and everything. That's a move for the future. That's a risk. Chelsea put 80 million on the table for a future move, right? True. They have no idea how this guy will come on, but 45 million for a guy that already has 2 years experience in the Premier League, it's not a lot of risk. For a club with the big of Newcastle.
There's no risk. Even if it doesn't work,
exactly. Even if it doesn't work, you still sell him for like 30 million max. And also,
but the only thing is, you just my one point was, you have to make sure that there's no impact on the dressing room. And if we're talking about St. Maximin becoming irritated and thinking,
he's already shunned him out, Daps. I think
what about Tielemans? They're going to go get Tielemans.
Bro, Tielemans is exactly the same. He's been pushing for a fucking move for years, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, like with Newcastle, I'm like, bro, go get yourself a Tielemans. I think that's a great shout by Lansel Jr., by the way.
Yeah, big up, Lansel. He's my guy, man.
The problem, you know what? They need a replacement, as you said, Cass. They need long-staff replacement now.
Okay. Go 10th Fulham.
Every time I'm watching the team.
Go get Pellegrini from Fulham then.
Exactly. No, they want to let him go. But every time I'm watching Newcastle, and I'm looking, I want to ask you this. I'm looking at Newcastle's squad at the moment. If you remove Longstaff and get a top-notch midfielder, the likes of Tielemans, Maddison, I don't know, like who else is on the market.
Yeah.
Now that squad is a top 4 squad, a top 4 starting 11. I'm not talking about Jacob Murphy. I'm not talking about Sam Maximan in the background. But I'm saying Isaac, Wilson, and in the midfield, Joe Linton, Guimaraes, and imagine a Tielemans. That's a top 4 team, right? They need one now, as Cass said. But is there anybody on the market, Ty? Let me know. Anybody in the market?
You don't have to look within just the Premier League though, Ty, right?
No, exactly. You don't actually have to look within the Premier League. And Bournemouth, don't even think about it. When Eddie Howe was there, they like going for a few players across like Europe.
Yo, Zaniolo,
yeah.
Or Zaniolo, whatever name is.
We'll come to that.
Yeah. Moment, you know more, Mo. You know way more about this guy, and I'm hearing.
But to answer more questions, I don't think that Newcastle are like a top 4 side with the starting 11. I think they're playing well this year, but I think for me, a midfielder, I think a right centre back, even though Shaw's done well this season, I think an upgrade on him next to Botman, I think they could do with. But this Newcastle team is a team that's got a strong foundation and they've got the core. I'm talking about a team that, like, when we were in Newcastle doing good back in the day, or you had the Everton under David Moyes, you probably wouldn't know back in the day. You might have watched the Premier League then, but they were always in the top 7. They were just that team that were hard to beat, hard to break down.
Yeah, of course.
But I feel like Newcastle are missing a bit of quality. There's even calls now to drop Wilson for Isaac. So I feel like this summer window, Mo, is going to be very important for them, because I feel like the teams around them that they're capitalizing on are going to be stronger. The Chelseas, the Liverpool, the Man United, the Spurs. So I don't think it's a top 4 starting 11, but it's a strong top 7 competing starting 11. I don't want to get carried away with this Newcastle season. I think it's a good team, but individually, it's not like, oh my God, but they need a midfielder, because for me, when you look at Gomares, he is not a deep line midfielder. When they play him there, I feel like they're not using his strengths. He wants to get up and down the pitch, box to box. You get Maddison in there creative. And then you get, if obviously Yao Pelina, for example, I know he's not available, that profile to sit there in front of the midfield, in front of the back 4, and start the building base, the foundation blocks.
100.
He'd be perfect. It would be perfect.
You know what? No, Ty. I got the perfect.
I want to say something. It's very disrespectful for Fabian Schär, to be honest. I think actually Fabian Schär is the leader in that defense. And I was talking.
I agree, Mo.
I was talking to Kim about this.
He's 31, Mo.
Absolutely. I'm sorry, Ty. It's if we're gonna talk about, and Daps would know what I'm talking about. If we're gonna talk about Arsenal being top of the league and being one of the best teams playing football now in Europe, based on the last 6 months, we have to give respect to Newcastle, who have been the 3rd best team in England over the last 12 months. Respect? But you're just saying that they're not top 4 based on what?
I said on the players' names, you said that's the top 4 starting 11.
But it's not about name.
No,
but okay, you can say it's not about name.
But last year, you wouldn't say that Newcastle be sitting in the top 4 with the same team.
And last year, I wouldn't say Arsenal be top of the league.
I'm still not going to sit here and say that's a top 4 starting 11. I think they're overachieving and they're a good team. I respect it. But Cass would agree with me. You don't look at that team and think top 4. You don't.
No, you don't.
And you never looked at Arsenal, and you never looked at Arsenal and said they will be top of the league.
By the way,
Gabriel will come.
Can I just say, Ty, the other day, you said to me, and it's the same as I said to Arsenal fans. You said to me, I need to give Man United more respect. And I said, no.
Yeah.
I respect it, but now you need to earn more. Same with Newcastle. I respect them, but come on, they haven't achieved anything yet.
Let me ask you a question. And this is for all of you guys. You look at the league table. I know we can't get it up right now. Big up everyone that's watching, by the way.
I obeyed with a super chat. I obeyed with a super chat as well. It says Daps is our GOAT. So there's one for Daps right there.
What's
up, my goat?
I can see the comments as well now, which is good. I've got it up on my phone, which is good.
So. Yeah. If you want to talk a couple of them,
big up.
What you going to say? Yeah, make sure, guys.
Actually, let me ask you.
111. I run to 100 likes. Come on, my guys. Come on, guys,
man. Thursday
get on your burners. Get on your burners.
Show us some respect.
Let me ask you, lot. Real talk. I know we can't get up the Premier League table. Do you guys actually right now still think Newcastle finish in the top 4? By the way,
yes. No, I don't. I already
said Cass, I don't. Cass, I'm with you.
No, I'm gonna say the biggest shout right now, and you lot might not. No, I'm gonna. You know what? You lot are gonna laugh at me. Chelsea.
Bro, I was having this convo with Sam at work, and he thinks Tottenham. Then someone else was saying other teams, and then someone was saying Newcastle would drop out, and I was like, do you know what?
I think Newcastle. I think Newcastle finish 5th, but I do honestly think that Chelsea's just going to go on a mad run because you know what it is? It's the collection of players that they've got coming back. Not just any player.
Yeah,
it's the players and what they have got coming back.
Do you think Liverpool can
no chance. They ain't even going without no. You know what the thing is? Even if Liverpool got 1 midfielder, it would have changed my mind. They need like 2 midfielders. That's the reality of it. And they got long-term injuries in. They got Jota coming back at the end of Feb, and then they got Diaz coming. I think that's a bit too late for me.
Yeah, March. Diaz is March too far.
So yeah,
let me tell you something. Cass.
So you think Chelsea? They got Fulham. What do you think, Mo?
Exactly. They got Fulham, West Ham, Southampton, Dortmund in the middle, and then Spurs.
Who's this?
Chelsea.
Yeah, I think that Spurs game is going to be so vital as well, man.
Before that, they play West Ham away. They play Fulham, who they just lost to, and they play Dortmund in the Champions League. That's a congested period
but Mo,
for them.
imagine they win them, the confidence it gives them the rest of the
season.
Done.
You know it's for me, Mo. You know it's for me, Mo. Yeah. Before we move on to Chelsea, I was going to talk on Newcastle. There is one midfielder they can go get. They can go get Scott McSauceless. You know what I'm saying? You want Brexit? Full-time Brexit's coming your way.
Yeah,
I'm going to give you a McBurger, and I'm going to give you an Anthony Gordon with that slice of Batman on top. It's done, bro.
Oh my God, I'm not even going to lie. Gordon and McTominay slightly look like each other still.
They both look Scottish, innit? They just got that thing about them.
Yeah, they do look Scottish.
Like, just so obviously Scottish. But yeah,
it's a downgrade. Is it a downgrade, Cass?
Just go into Chelsea, though.
For Scott McTominay, it's an upgrade for him because his playing career, his career. Anthony Gordon is an upgrade for them.
Is it downgrade for Newcastle? I'm asking. Is it downgrade for Newcastle, not Scott McTominay?
Okay, started 11.
I think he'll be a good.
I would say yes, because I think they can upgrade on Longstaff and McTominay, but for the squad, McTominay is a good squad player for them.
Yeah, for them.
Of course. The squad is so weak for Newcastle. The likes of Jacob Murphy.
If they have Guimaraes, say they get Maddison in the summer, so they have Maddison, Guimaraes, and then you have Scott McTominay, the holding midfielder. You're looking at and thinking,
not enough.
Why have you got McTominay next to them?
You can't shift Joao Linton. You can't shift.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, exactly. Even him. Okay, so Joelinton, Guimaraes, and then McTominay. It doesn't.
And Maddison.
No, I think Bruno Guimaraes is actually quite a good DM when you need to, like, if you see me,
he's a DM. He's not a regista.
So I would say, yeah, he's not a regista. You're correct.
You don't think he's more of a DM than a box to box?
Yeah, his screening is very good, man. His screening is.
I think you're holding him back though. At this
I know. I get what you mean.
I think his football is not the greatest.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like
Bruno Guimaraes' football is not the greatest.
What's his key trait? You know, with Bruno, he gets the crowd going. He's a passion guy, innit? So when you allow him to sort of breathe in the game and just run up and down, he gets the crowd off their seats because he can produce that moment of magic. If you have him just sitting there, you're kind of like keeping a dog in a cage. You know what I'm saying? Dogs don't work in a cage.
Anyway, but I don't think he's as talented as you think he is. I've
been watching Newcastle a lot. I think they need a centre mid. Look, I think like this the whole show is like who needs who. I think they don't need a winger right now. I think they really need a creative midfielder because they're not creating chances. Like they are, but you should see how the chances are formed. I think they could. I think they could do a lot. I think they
need a defensive midfielder, and then they can allow Bruno to go up and down, man.
Maybe some sort of midfielder. I'd say. I don't know about you lot, but I think.
Comment says? Lansdale says Bruno box to box. AIQ says his recovery is good. Like the video, you haven't, of course. No chance for Chelsea to finish fourth. Chavavelli says Chelsea have all big six on the road in the second half of the season.
Relax. I'll get onto that soon, innit? I've got it highlighted. Don't worry.
I got highlighted. Lovely. Well, we'll go on to Chelsea now as well. In regards to big up Mama Flossie as well, she's inside. We've got Big Dan Burn, who's having a very good season, by the way. But we just spoke on Newcastle potentially falling out of the top four, but it will still be a good season. Cass just perfectly mentioned Chelsea going into the top four. Mo, you just touched on their run, and we're touching obviously what they need right now. Today, you see more links with Malo Gusto, potential more talks, a right back. I understand that. When you got Reece James, who's phenomenal, by the way, but what does he have that a lot of players have in the Premier League when they get injured? He's a big profile in terms of stocky, they're physical, they get a lot of muscular injuries. They can't rush him back.
They can't rush him back.
And they need depth. Chelsea's most important players.
But they will depth. You know they will.
No, if they're clearly looking at a right back though, so they're clearly.
But then in that case, that goes, if they do rush him back, that goes exactly what we're saying. That I agree with Cass. Like the one thing is Chilwell and Reece James
are really important.
They're so important. They are like so the most important to them and how they play. But Reece James has been rushed back, and look where they are now. So they can't rush him back.
I don't think they can.
I hear what Cass is saying, because I do think. Do you know what? A lot of people are starting to say this, that what Chelsea are doing, it's slowly starting to make a bit of sense, right? But I don't even know if they're looking at this season. Like, and let's be real, if they keep buying like this, they don't get European football. That makes them even more dangerous next year.
Yeah, one game a week. They'll have the Newcastle syndrome that Newcastle had this year with no European games.
Yeah. I just think they're going to click here. Look, a more fit Mudryk, I saw what he can do, man. I saw it. Yeah, I saw the cameo. I seen the cameo of Felix. You can definitely create something. He creates something. He creates something for the Kai Havertz out of nothing, and that guy a player. And you got Sterling, and I think them back. I think Sterling will thrive in this team.
When Sterling looked at his best, the last game when Reece James, before he got injured, him and Sterling on the right hand side, that English connection that was there.
You know what it is. it's like Chelsea don't have the best midfielders, but you got Kovacic back now, yeah. So you got
And
Kovacic back.
bro,
What I saw against Liverpool, I just saw them trying to press and a decent pressing game, and I think that's what they're gonna do with their midfielders. Press.
Do you know what I said about Man United when you were getting Ten Hag? I said on one show, I think it was Coppish, that when everyone was saying it's going to take United seasons and seasons to get back, I said it could do, but I'm going to play devil's advocate. Do you realise that sometimes if you bring in a few players and a manager, and all of a sudden other players can look better? Like Kovacic might have been looking around at certain players thinking, fuck this, I'm signed out, right? All of a sudden, you get João Felix next to him, you get Mudryk in, you get Enzo Fernandez in. All of a sudden, he's going to be like, I don't want to leave no more. I want to stay here. Like, all of a sudden, this is the project that I wanted to be part of. And all of a sudden, you could see other players start lifting their profiles. So,
you know what?
I did get it.
For you. This is a question for you then, because when you look at the gap, of like Man City, Liverpool to then the other clubs before the season started, people have always put like Man City, Liverpool as the top two, and then you're gonna have the rest fighting it out. But when you looked at it now, obviously not Man United not competing for the title, but you see Man United got a new manager in, a few players. You've seen Chelsea get a new manager in now, and they've got a few players in. See if it clicks. Do you think that the gap between the top two and now the rest isn't actually as big as what people were thinking?
Bro, listen, let's be real. Until the summer, it was said Liverpool and City are just going to run away with it. 100% the gap's got smaller. Bro, all you have to do is look at where Arsenal are. Look at the last time we played you.
Has that shocked you, though?
If I really deep it, like, bro, you get used to something, innit? And we've used to being like the way it is. But if you deep it and look at our squad, look at the fact that we could be getting a little bit complacent, look at the managers around us, it shouldn't shock us. I think it will shock that. I think this season, like we've seen today, obviously it's news today that apparently 5 City players, senior City players, aren't happy. That. And just to give my response on it real quick, so I think it's Cancelo, Bernardo, Gundogan, Laporte, and Walker. So 5 senior players have come out, or they haven't come out and said. The report is that they're not happy with Pep. Now I take it with a massive pinch of salt, because just because they're not happy because they're not starting, they start one game, they'll be fine again. But my response would be, has anyone ever thought that Pep's not happy with them? Because for me personally, as a fan, as 5 of our senior players, what I saw the first half against Tottenham,
they weren't good enough
with them. I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with our captain not speaking to anyone when we go a goal down. I'm not happy with that. And I think when you look at that, I have a feeling this summer there's going to be quite an overhaul at City. I think Pep's going to be refreshing. 2 years left. 2 years left on his contract. I think this summer you might see. Well, do you know what? I would say a lot of senior players at City have got 3 months to prove that they still have the hunger. And if not, it will be a refresh job in the summer. I think you could see one of them summers where City go out and get a few new players.
Yeah. Okay. Now, that's interesting, man. Big up everyone that's watching. 123 of you locked in. Please make sure you keep smashing the like button. Get your comments in as well. We're going to go through them in a few minutes. We're just touching on Chelsea and what they need. So if you feel like they need something, let us know. We can discuss it. There might be players that you lot are thinking of that we're not. So, yeah, man. Right back.
Well, they bought the whole world, my friend.
I don't know if you lot have seen it. Mo, you've watched Onana quite a lot. This is the player they're linked with a lot. Everton midfielder.
Apparently, but that Santi JM, whatever the hell his name is, the journal, he was saying that he declined them. But why would you decline them?
And I've seen him linked with Arsenal, and I heard that he rejected Chelsea.
But he's only been here a few months. I'll be honest with you. I haven't been as impressed as what his reputation came here to do. He's physical, he's tall. But when I look at Chelsea, obviously, for the physical aspect, maybe because Kovacic and Jorginho and Kante are not really there. But I don't think he's impressed me as much. And I think for teams to go in for him after 6 months, I was a bit like, I don't mind watching my rivals game.
I swear he's like 21 years old.
Yeah, he's very young. He's 21.
And you got a guy that's 6 foot, whatever the hell he is.
6'5".
6'5". He's massive. If anything he's improving on his game is positional game. And he's been under Frank Lampard. So if you can improve anyone in someone's game, like Pep did with Sterling, is your positional game. I think that's easy to coach. Mm-hmm. And what you got there then, you got someone that can move at 6'5", bro. We're seeing Workhorse moving slow motion at Man United, but you got Onana who's like the same height, and he's literally like, he's lefty.
By the way, just quickly, because I'm going to say, Arteta could also do that. Have you lot seen, have you lot heard Pep's press conference today?
What he said? So go on Never Found on Twitter and you'll find it.
Oh, perfect. There we go. Now, he said pretty much that, yeah, if he didn't sign a new contract, 3 years ago, Arteta may well be City's manager at the moment.
Oh, they were talking about Talk Sport, actually. I was driving home just before you were leaving work, Daps.
He's just picking him up. I think
maybe
he's just playing mind games, my friend. I think he's just playing mind games for that. But
well,
anyway,
what do you think, Mo, though? Onana?
About Chelsea, though. About Chelsea.
Yeah. Would you go for Onana?
Chelsea, we are known for Chelsea signing stars. Onana, 6 months, as you said, I agree with you. I don't think he is. If you want to, listen, you want to build a project with Graham Potter, yes, you give him Onana. He will work with him like he worked with Bissouma, like he worked with Caicedo in the beginning of the season and in the summer. Yes. But if you want instant success, Onana isn't your guy. You go sign a massive, big name midfielder in the world. You go to the Camavinga. You get Camavinga from Real Madrid, who's not playing enough. You know what I mean? You go for a big name. That's what I mean. But you get Onana. I've been watching the guy. He's all right physically, very, very strong. A little bit reckless, a little bit raw. You know what I mean? He's still 21 years old. 21 years old, 6 months in the Premier League. And I don't think this is what Chelsea needs, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't see. You got Zakaria. He's a bit similar now.
Yeah,
but Zakaria's on loan and he's not staying.
Yeah, but Onana, I was like, there's so many DMs out there. I don't see why you'd want him now.
What would you lot do then?
They need a regista. They need a replacement.
You just said, Mo, yourself, you'd go big. I'm not saying he's a finished article. I actually think Enzo Fernandez, by the way, man, is overpriced. He is way overpriced.
Did you didn't need a register? They don't need a register.
Would you go and pay 120 million for Enzo Fernandez? Would you go and do that? I think
as a register, 100%.
Apparently, by the way, Skriniar is not. Your man said that your president is Tachichi. I don't know where he said Skriniar is 100% not renewing. There's no possibility.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
No. What Chelsea for me need? Chelsea don't need. Chelsea spent enough. They don't need no one. They're spending.
No, Cass, there's only one player they need.
No. They need a creative. They need a creative midfielder.
No.
They just need a midfielder for me that can do a bit of everything. They just need a proper central midfielder that can come in and instantly do the business. I think they need a running midfielder.
Casemiro type,
like a Matheus Nunes.
Yeah. Matheus Nunes. Yeah, he's good.
No,
but you know what? I just feel like they just need someone who's strong in there. They can rely on, and every week is going to drop a 7 out of 10. Kovacic is sometimes injured. Jorginho is sometimes not there. Kante, brilliant player, but he's not played for 4 months.
He played for like 3 years.
So Ty, let's look at this, because my thing with Enzo Fernandez is I haven't bothered getting in a conversation with anyone, because you just said, do I think he's overpriced? And ultimately, I do feel there's a bit of a hype. Certainly, you can't have that debate with anyone, because all they're going to fire back at you is,
you won the World Cup.
You just won the World Cup.
Yeah, right? I know.
That's all they're going to fire back at you. Yeah, but in that case, it does seem a lot. But I don't watch any of his football where he currently plays to comment, right? And I want someone. I can't have that. I'm not qualified to have that conversation. What I am qualified to have a conversation on is a player that they've been linked with for a very long time, right? Who is Premier League proven. And yes, when the price was round about 150 million, I thought, fuck right off. He's not worth that, right? But now when you think he's got a season left on his contract in the summer, and you just spoke about being able to play multiple positions in midfield.
I'm intrigued to see what you're going to say.
Isn't it?
I personally think if you were to offer round about 80 million right now, because it gets to the summer, he's going on a free the year after, yeah? I think if you offered 80 million for Declan Rice right now, he fits that profile,
bro. And do you know what? I'll be honest with you. I'm like you. I think we all agree here. We're not the most pleased with Declan Rice on the eye. However, when you look at what a team need, that hard leader, someone that can get up and down the pitch, he's got Premier League experience. Declan Rice and Chelsea match perfectly. And do you want me to look at Cass? I know you're nodding, but look at the Chelseas that me, you, and Daps and Mo have seen win tournaments and trophies over the years. Have they ever played great football? No, they've always had them type of Declan Rice in the midfield that pull them over the line.
Ty, you look at the fact is at the moment with the other players they're bringing in, he's perfect for the other players.
Them to allow them to do their thing. Mudryk and the flary players. Declan Rice will just sit there.
He'll just breathe passion, bro. He'll just I'm not being funny.
Shit.
Huh?
That stinks
it
of
doesn't.
shit.
It
How can
doesn't.
you tell me 80 million for a bang average midfielder that's just above bang average midfielder for 80 M's? Go somewhere else that's not the Premier League and go buy a proper
Bro, you just
midfielder.
paid 80 million for a fucking spin merchant.
Yeah, but I don't care. That's the position we're in.
You
We're in a
know,
different position now. You're
you
gonna
know-
tell me
you know,
80 million for that
But
guy?
Chelsea attempt. So what do you mean? The
What do you mean?
position's on
Yeah,
the
but I
field.
know. But 80 million, bro. You can go over to the Italian league.
But
Or
Cass,
somewhere
they're
like that.
playing.
There's better
They're in
centre-mids
Chelsea
elsewhere.
bed.
We're not.
Cass,
hold on.
no.
Go
Then-
to tempt.
let me
If
come back
for
to this.
me, I would be tempting that man down there he supports over there. See Barella. Yeah, you want to get your little Italian thing going on. Chelsea's
different
good with Italians back.
profiles,
Go get your Barella, bro. Go get you some real
But you
talent.
can get both.
Get some
You can
real
have both,
talent.
but
You haven't
Cass,
I
listened to
think,
what we said.
guys,
Cass, hold on.
just one
Cass,
second.
Barella
you
is
haven't
Declan
listened.
Rice 10 times.
Cass, just listen for a second, bro. The whole thing was because you think it stinks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Like,
That's the whole
we can
point
have
of
a
our debate.
conversation, or a YouTube stream can just be you saying.
if you
Because
rate
I don't
one,
agree with you about
No,
Declan's
Cass,
shitty Rice, and that's your opinion. I can't have my opinion because I don't agree with
No,
you. man.
Cass,
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
you know what the
100%,
difference is,
100%.
No,
Listen,
let me say it. Let me quickly go. I think, right, Cass, I don't really rate Declan Rice as a player to come to Man
Me
United.
neither,
I
that
agree with you.
much.
But what me and Daps are
Smells.
saying is what Chelsea, we're talking about what the club needs. So if Chelsea got Declan Rice, I guarantee Chelsea fans would be happy because he's robust. He's a leader in there. They don't really have leaders. He's
bare
got the
centres
legs.
out
He's
there.
available. So for Declan Rice to go to Chelsea, I understand where Chelsea come from. 80 million.
What's
By the
Dec-
way, I don't think he's 80 million. And nor does
Neither
Daps.
do I.
No,
Alright,
West Ham-
cool.
West
I've
Ham
never
and
seen.
Norwich.
Cool. Okay, I've seen
Hold
enough
on.
of Rice. I've seen enough of Rice. He don't press
But
that
bro,
well. He don't press that
bro,
well. He
but
carries
bro,
the ball
look,
decently.
Cass.
He can pass the ball okay. His long range passing ain't great. He can break up play a little bit great. But when it comes to creativity and all that kind of stuff,
But he's
But
not
I'm
there
not
for that.
asking
he's
for
not
that.
there, bro.
I'm
If
not
I
there.
want
Bro, I
passion, I'll be
Cool.
sticking Mason
Bro,
Mount
he's
straight
got
back in the
your
midfield.
agenda.
He's not there for that. And remember,
Nah, man.
for West Ham, he's their
80
best
million
player.
or 80 million for waving a
West
flag at your
Ham's
team.
best
Like, let's
player.
go, lads.
Bro,
Fucking hell,
okay,
bro.
Cass, hear this. Daps, I've got one more point. Sorry,
Stinks,
Daps.
man.
So we're talking over each other.
Ty,
Ty, we're talking
wait.
over each other. So one
Yeah,
time,
so-
one,
alright.
I can't hear anything.
Let me go. Right, Cass.
Smells, man.
80 million for Declan Rice is West Ham's best player for them. Don't forget, 60 million is what West Ham are asking for Jared Bowen for Arsenal in the summer. Is Jared Bowen 60 million? No, but to West Ham, he is one of the most important players.
Cool.
So when you look at what a team need, I'm not the biggest fan of Declan Rice, but for that team, they need some stability and a bit of a rock in there to allow
Okay,
the
I'll give you
flair
one then.
players
I'll
to
give you a
do their
better
thing.
player. I've seen him play for 6 months. I'll give you a
Oh,
better
that's
player.
me.
I'll give you someone that's
Bro,
more talented, who's got
sorry.
a better potential. I'll be going at Southampton
just
for
letting
Lavia.
Lavia's opinion.
Lavia's right there. He's way better than Rice. Got way
you know
more
Chelsea
potential.
won't
It's
do
not
that.
true. Hold on. Can I
No,
just
wait,
go back, Cass?
yeah.
Please let me finish before you say stinks. You don't like Rice, all of that.
Rice is
The thing is,
shit, man.
do you know what? Let's move on. He's not going to let me fucking finish on the
I
guy.
don't want to hear about Rice, bro.
No, but bro,
Okay,
the whole
but-
thing was
go ahead,
we were
Daps.
talking about. Hold on, we're talking about Enzo Fernandez, his price, yeah, and
Yeah,
the fact
oh,
he's
the
not
price.
proven. All I was saying is, yeah, and you're throwing back Lavia. Let's be real. Listen, I like Lavia a lot. I'd like Lavia at City, but we're talking proven. Rice is proven on a level. Now, do I think he's worth 80 million? No, but do I think half the signings are worth what?
Yeah,
the market
they're
is
not.
market, bro. You said it yourself. You're in the position you're in, yeah. Chelsea are in the position where everyone knows they've got money. They're gonna have to pay over the odds. I'm just saying. Now, what I would have rather you said, Cass, is come out and because I started this off saying I need someone to educate me on why Enzo Fernandez is worth 120 million.
not.
Now, is
not.
he?
He's not.
You're not.
Can I say something about Chelsea though? I'm looking at their squad to be honest, and it looks like they don't need just one midfielder, they need two.
Mhm.
They are very thin in the midfield, especially with N'Golo Kante's contract ending this year,
Mm.
Jorginho's
Oh,
contract
this
ending
year?
this year.
Yeah, apparently they're renewing
And
it though.
Yeah, they're trying to renew the contract, and I don't think they're in agreement or something
Oh,
like this.
he's
And
looking to
Jorginho,
spend another season in bed. That's what he's looking to do.
and
get paid for it.
Jorginho contract ends this year, so they have only the first
Yeah, but we're
teamer
talking about
is
right.
Mateo Kovacic.
But we're talking about right
Like
now.
right now
in
in the
January.
winter. But listen, in the winter, they still need, if they want to compete, they need two midfielders because Zakaria is injured. You
So
remember
why?
that?
So you need
They
two
said he was
midfielders.
going to come
You
back.
just said it. So why would you pay 80
Absolutely.
million for? So when FFP and all that comes
Oh,
right now,
I
you're gonna get two
actually
midfielders
think
then?
that Declan Rice, 80 million isn't a good move for them right now. This needs
Dick
to
and
be.
Rice.
Dick and Rice. I think they need to look elsewhere, like what they did with Modric. To be honest, not Enzo Fernandez for 120 million. Not Declan Rice. They need to go get two midfielders.
Would
for
you
the
look at
price.
someone like Ishmael Benacer from AC Milan?
Just signed a new contract.
Yes.
But
You
he's got
can go.
release
Okay,
clause, I think.
I want one for you, Ty. They can go to Barcelona and offer Frank Kessia to take him off their hand. Barcelona wants Frank Kessia off their hands. They are begging Inter to take him off the hand, and his salary is only 8 million euros. That's £6.5 million. That's nothing. Koulibaly makes 15 million pounds a year.
That's what you call a smart
I
buy.
like Kessie. I think Kessie would be a very good buy.
Then now
so that's what they need. They need to start out.
But Mo, look at that already. You're talking with the logic here. We're talking 120 million for Enzo or Kessie for far cheaper. I'm definitely going with Kessie. Even at Man United,
it's funny how you mentioned that now for what they need. All this kind of
let's
stuff.
just agree. They need a midfielder now, and they need someone who's gonna run in the midfield. They don't need a creator.
They need a runner and they need a controller.
They got Modric, right?
I'll give you another. I'll give you another midfielder.
Right?
Guardio Kone from Gladbach. 10 times.
Sorry, can I just say one last thing on Dick and Rice? Now, if there is any truth in Arteta wanting a bit of Dick and Rice, right? Then is that a sign that he's noticed something in him, that he could be another player that could come in and play that style of football?
You know what I think it is?
The Messiah Arteta, when he says something is true.
Listen, bro, I'm not gonna. No, you can do that as much as you want, bro. From a scout that thought fucking Harvey, whatever his name, Barnes was great. I'm definitely going with that.
Man said
what's his name? Harry Barnes, Gary Barnes,
Harvey Barnes. Mo said he said Harvey Barnes.
I'm not the coach of Arsenal, but anyway, the way you say it.
No, wait.
Harvey
so
Barnes.
The chat knows.
What's his name? I forgot his name.
I'm not going to deflect, but you won't like my response. Go ahead.
Play the game. He said Mo said, chat. By the way, chat. He said Harvey Barnes is a better football player than Rashford and should be over him in the England squad and all sorts.
No, the best thing.
Mo, can you apologize?
It's my turn. Daps. It's my turn.
You're gonna apologize live, Mo.
No. Hold on.
Oh, that picture over your shoulder is so cute.
Let me finish.
I'm just looking
at the stress because he knows he's in the shit.
Exactly. Because Marcus Rashford this year it's a different player than the last 2 seasons. What I based it on is based on the last 2 seasons, and the numbers don't lie. Marcus Rashford, a lot of people wanted him out. This guy was linked, let me finish, with West Ham. He was linked to West Ham. This year, maybe it's Ronaldo effect, because Ronaldo was in the team and he wasn't doing great. And it's not only my talk. Marcus Rashford wasn't doing great for Man United. And a lot of fans said he's not good enough. So that's the problem. I base that. But for him to come this year and do the wonders he's doing, yes, okay. He proved everybody wrong. He proved all the fans wrong.
Sorry, let me land. Mo, I'm not allowing you to dodge it like that. We were talking about your obsession with Mr. Barnes, and you just dodged it perfectly.
Damn.
Why?
Admit it. You were wrong.
How Harvey Barnes doing this season?
No, absolutely. About Harvey Barnes, to be honest, I thought Harvey Barnes will come back from the injury, the same player. He completely came back a different player. Bro. And a lot of players, I watched him before the injury. Before the injury, by the way, before the Euros, Harvey Barnes was in the English squad, not the short list. He was in the squad, and people know that.
I wish you were there at the game. Because literally, we're sat in the stand here. We've just got in there, and I'm like, "Oh, you're going to get to see your boy." He's going, "Listen, 100%. He's sick." And I go, "How sick?" He goes,
15 minutes in.
He will get a move. He will get a move to a top team. I go, "What? He'll get in the top 4 team. 100%. He's going to get." By the end of the game, he goes, "No, I was fucking wrong. He's shit."
And that is the story of Mo here in the UK. I love that.
Yeah, man.
Big up, man. Let me just quickly get through a few of these because there's 170 people watching. Please make sure you keep smashing the like, people. We're going to touch on Arsenal in a second. They're the last club for who. What club needs who?
Did City need no one now?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, okay. We do City as well. But big up everyone that's watching. I'll just fly through some of the comments. We've got obviously IQ saying here as a United fan, Rashford in hood form, but I still want to see more from him. Mo's on his knees for Rashford with his throat open, head down last year. He looks lost. Barnes was cooking for a bit a couple of seasons ago. Barnes is a quality player, needs a move to a big club. Harvey Barnes over Rashford, maybe the biggest stinker in the world. Kone would cost 40 million easy. Rice is levels above Kessie, is what Jack says, which is interesting. Lansdale, big up Lansdale every time. I'll shout you later, bro. He says, question to the panel. Jude Bellingham, honestly, is he coming to the Prem? And if he does, where do you lot think he's going right now?
Trying to find it, yeah. I see it. On question about Jude. Well, why would the fuck would you want to go Liverpool?
Do you know what? If
Remember,
they
it was-
don't get top
it's
4,
100%
that
Are we
remember?
talking about
strengthens
Liverpool now?
Man
We're talking
City
about
straight
Liverpool
away.
now.
Well,
Are we talking about Liverpool now?
Well, they do need someone like Bellingham, but I mean, they need more than just trying to throw
They
100.
they have a cast. They need a handful of people
They need
right
a
now.
handful of Bellinghams, man.
Do you know what?
Do you know what?
For me,
We need a handful
I'm
of
not.
Bellinghams.
Whenever I have this conversation, people are, oh, so he's going City. I'm not going to say he's going City yet. I'm not going to. People have heard things. I've heard things, and all of that. For me, if I step away from anyone saying anything in my ear about what they've heard and whatever, for me, it doesn't make sense him going to Liverpool because of the fact that at 19, I still feel it's not his time to go Real Madrid yet because he's only 19.
Facts.
He needs to develop. If he goes 19 to another country, and I know he's already in Germany, but he needs a bit of time to develop more in his own country now for me. Then go Madrid when he's 25. If he goes to Liverpool, he's basically joining a club that the whole fan base looks like the manager and everything to do with the club. Even their fucking legends are trying to lure him in, right? They're putting their
Jordan
whole...
Henderson.
They're putting their top 4 finish next season, their whole bounce back on a 19-year-old.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want that pressure.
No.
I really would not. And I can't see it. I mean,
I'm going to be real, Daps. I know that Man City, you don't want to say Man City, which I respect. You're just trying to be balanced on it. I actually think with potentially Bernardo and Gundogan, if he does potentially go, that's 2 players. I think Bellingham is perfectly in.
Why would you not want to learn under Pep Guardiola?
Learn under Pep
as well.
You've got De Bruyne there. You've got Rodri still.
That, though. There's other
I
teams
think
but
imagine Rodri, who's a sitting deep playmaking midfielder, with Bellingham, who's the leg next to him. It's the perfect combination.
It's what we need as well, bro. Look, it's the energy and lift we need at the moment because, like, I love Bernardo Silva. Until this season, he's my favorite City player. I've always said for Rodri's first season with him and Gundogan, I said they need Bernardo Silva there for the legs, right? And he's been
Bernardo's head's elsewhere now.
But now his head's gone. But listen, I'm not saying he's going to go City. I've documented what I've heard. It's out there. People will have clipped it. But I'm just saying, for me, Liverpool at the moment, it would make no sense, especially with where they're finishing the league. It just wouldn't make sense.
So, Daps, why do you think Liverpool fans are so confident? Every time I talk to a Liverpool
fan, let's be
everywhere,
real.
man.
Bro, all right, you're now going to get me into this Liverpool slander. Bro, Liverpool told us in November that they're getting new owners, or November or December, they're getting new owners, but they're also spending big in the January transfer window, right? Liverpool fans in the summer told us they're buying Kane, who was it? Kane, Bellingham, and
I remember that.
and one of the youngest and Gavi, right? Liverpool
and Enzo Fernandez. And Enzo.
Oh,
and Mbappe's coming soon, reportedly, right?
Oh, yeah, the Mbappe, yeah, don't forget that.
We can't believe, but same way, do you know what? If I'm going to say that on them, some City fans get carried away and say stuff. Fans get carried away in it, but I'm just saying if I was Jude Bellingham, Liverpool don't make sense right now. And that's why I'm saying, if he does choose Liverpool, it might be a bit of one of them signs again that I wouldn't want him because he's not going for the right reasons.
Do you think Arsenal got a chance if they win the league and put him in the Xhaka role ahead of Partey? Put him Partey Bellingham, Odegaard.
I mean, it would make sense, but it doesn't right now. It doesn't look like an Arsenal type of sign.
Yeah, I think it's City. I think he needs to come to a team where he can develop. What do you think, Mo? And then we'll move on
about
Bellingham.
I don't. I think, in my opinion, I still convinced that if City they don't go for him, I think he's gonna go to Real Madrid because it looks like Liverpool projects are all over the place. You know, when you have like the owners don't even know if they're gonna sell the whole club or some shares. That means you don't know the investment, you don't know the future, and that's an unstable club. And a kid like this with the world under his feet, he has to choose the right one. And I think he has advisor around him that will tell him, listen, work under Pep. And that should be his first option. And the second option is that go with the new project, the Galactic, that Tchouaméni, the Modric is going to leave, the Camavinga. You know what I mean?
I've noticed Valverde is going back into midfield now.
Exactly. So this is the new project in the world now. Real Madrid are trying to build something. So for me, I think Liverpool will be his third choice unless something dramatic happens between now
I've never
and
seen a
January.
Club. I was gonna say, like, I was probably gonna latch on to that. I haven't seen a club. I think I'm not joking. Anyone in the chat, disagree with me if you want. I'm pretty sure you'll be a Liverpool fan. I actually genuinely believe Liverpool have the worst midfield in the whole league.
the whole league.
Fabinho,
come on, bro.
Thiago,
No,
and
they don't. They
Yes,
don't.
I think they do.
So talk about the midfield, cast. Talk about the
No,
midfield.
I
They
genuinely
are
think
linked
I
with
like
Caicedo now.
No,
Caicedo and Matias Nunes.
What do you
today.
mean? What do you mean now? Like they haven't got them.
But no. But today they are
Tell me,
linked. They are in
but I'm talking
talks
about them in
with
previous
No,
stage,
they're
man.
Moises
linked with everyone all
Caicedo
the
and
time. You
Matias
can't do
Nunes.
that, bro.
I'm not joking. I
Why?
think I'd rather Leeds United's midfield. I'd rather who's at the bottom of the
Nah,
league.
bro,
Nottingham
don't do
Forest's
that.
midfield. I'd rather Brennan Johnson and that in there. I'm not joking. You know what it is? It's because they're doing something what we call the basics of football, which is run, bro. Provide some
I hear you on
kilometers.
the running. I hear you on
So
that.
that's
Yeah, I
it.
hear you on
You
the
can have
running.
all the ability in the world, but if you can't do the fundamental of getting your body shifted, then I don't care. Because you know what it is for me? It's the Fabinho thing. He stinks, bro. Like, I'm not joking. I think he's like one of the worst players this year. And it's not that. Henderson's old. Thiago, I feel sorry for him. And that young kid. You talk about. You talk about. Yes, he said no. One sec. I haven't finished.
One thing.
Yeah, that's nice moment. You can wait. What's it called? Daps. What's it called? What's that? What did you say earlier? You can't rely on a 19-year-old. Bro, they're relying on a 19, 18-year-old Bajcetic, who I think is really good. They're relying on him right now.
Okay, I want to say something about this because Daps asked the right question. How old is Henderson? So listen to me. Fabinho's 29, Henderson 32, and Thiago is 30.
That's not old.
That's not old.
Exactly. Wait, that's a prime midfield. Who's at fault here for them players not playing well? That's the question Liverpool fans should ask themselves.
Nah, bro, do you know what it is, yeah? Do you know one thing that Liverpool fans never gave? And I said this in the summer when we won the league, right? Sorry, when Liverpool didn't win the Champions League and didn't win the league, I remember coming out and saying, do you know what, yeah? I'm not gonna take the piss, yeah? All I want you, man, to do is put a bit more respect, because that was the first time that Liverpool really tried to compete in every trophy, yeah? And I said, you need to realise that under Pep, this City team have been trying to win every single trophy every single year. And you don't realise how much that takes out of you, right? Especially through the COVID years, through the years where we had European, and you look at them now, you're looking at 29 and 32-year-olds that are fucking looking so tired, yeah? And it's because the fact is, if you play a lot of football, you do get fucking tired. Like, but now the problem is that Klopp's not rotating. It's like, bro, they're tired.
Yeah, but look, Daps as well, to latch onto that as well.
Ideas,
to latch onto that,
out of ideas.
To latch onto that, it's not that, like, I'm being dead serious. I literally think if maybe not the worst midfield in the league, but when they're getting outdone by Chelsea's midfield, who's got nothing at the moment, and they're getting dominated by even Nottingham Forest at home and all this kind of stuff, bro. Look, you look onto their bench. You got a 53-year-old Milner. Yeah, you got Oxlade, whose hamstring is hanging off his leg. It's like Oxlade's hamstring hanging off his leg, and then you got who else? Who else? So if it doesn't tell us, and a team like, and you know what's the maddest thing? I'm not Kane's just not interested. So what I'm trying to get is like as well is a club like Liverpool, right? I don't feel sorry for. But as a big club on that football status, I feel sorry that there's something starving there and it hasn't been addressed. Something so obvious and who needs who kind of conversations. I've never seen a club cry out for midfielders since Man United. Since Man United before they got Pogba and Herrera back in 2014 when we still had like Tom Cleverley in that. That's since then about 8-9 years.
What do they need now, Cass? What do they need now to save the season?
Bro, I'm not joking. We've been talking about also. I'll go get Amrabat for 30 million. I'll go get Matias Nunes. Go get me 2 midfielders for that 78 million. Fuck the Caicedo thing.
Mo, I swear we were talking about they need to get Amrabat a month before you left England, bro.
Yeah.
And you look at, and we've been talking about prices, right? The price they get him for, and I hear when Liverpool fans will go, yeah, but he's not everything we need. He might not be everything you need, but for 30, 35, 40 million, he will get rid a lot of the issues that you have. And it's like, I don't know, man.
Do you know what? I'm going to be real. I hear the shout of Amrabat, but if that's the only player coming in, I'm going to disagree with you. Like, don't change nothing.
Yeah, but that's why I said 2, because they're talking about...
But it changes something,
It changes something. When you look at Liverpool's midfield, what do they have in common? Jordan Henderson is a bit of an up and down merchant, basic passer. You've got Thiago is a deep blind playmaker, controls the game, and you've got Fabinho, who's actually defensive midfielder. They've got no creative spark in that team. Fabio Carvalho is not getting game time. He's going to go out on loan. He's like bloody under 20.
He don't even suit the club,
You've got Harvey Elliott. He's played on the right wing.
Another one that don't suit the club.
They actually need a creative midfielder as well as a sort of a midfielder that can actually be a proper central
You said
midfielder.
another
They
one.
need 2 or 3.
They're
They're missing
another
nothing.
one.
They're not even.
Yeah,
They're
they are.
100%
Did you man know
correct,
this?
Ty.
Did you man know? Did you man know this? Mo
What?
Salah has not had a shot on target for 3 games in a row. Tell me when the last time you heard of that.
Yo, you should have said that.
not-
Hey, rivals on
Do you know
Sundays
what I
must
think
go off
that
now.
is? Ty, do you know what I reckon that is? Yeah, I said quite some time ago that they need to be careful that by the way the rest of the team is playing, and maybe by the fact that Mo Salah is being pushed maybe a little bit more out wide than usual,
Yeah, he is.
that he doesn't lose his form and become disinterested, right? And for me, even when Liverpool looked bad at the start of the season, you can still say Mo Salah was still ticking, right? For me, it looks like he's gone, I've fucking had enough of this now.
Sorry, Daps, when they get him Gakpo and they get him Nunes to play with, the drop from Firmino's abilities and Mane's ability, it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
These players used to play football together.
And I'm
you got him
loving it,
Luis
Mo.
Diaz, even Jota's abilities are not bad. But I'm sorry, Gakpo and Nunes, this guy, Darwin Nunez, the ability on the ball, non-existent.
Yeah,
if they go and buy Bellingham for 100+ million, their budget's basically gone anyway. So if they go and do that, that's going to be a big mistake because that's not even going to sort all their problems anyway.
Yeah, I just think that you can go get yourself a ball retentive player that can press in a Quadio Kone or Amrabat, and then you go get yourself another centre mid. Don't look at 80 million Caicedo. What's 80 million Caicedo going to do? He's good, but he's not that good.
They want to replace Fabinho. They want to replace Fabinho because they think that Fabinho is the main problem because he's not covering Robertson and he's not covering Trent, and that's why these two are not playing.
I would never understand why would you want Ilyas? Why would you want Sergej Milinkovic-Savic? He's not a pressing player, and his discipline is not all that. That's why they play with 3 in the midfield all the time, because they have to cover his.
There's a reason, to be fair. He's been linked with a couple 7 years and never gone anywhere.
He's very good.
No, he's very good, but I don't think he's the answer for Liverpool.
Not for the Premier either.
Yeah, maybe not. And he's older now. But anyway, let's
big up everyone that's watching. By the way, there's 211 people here right now, so make sure you keep smashing that like button, people. Keep supporting us. Obviously, as you can see,
we're only 120. We're only 120 likes. Give it
120 likes right now. Come on, as you can see, people, it's the actual whole Never a Foul base right here. Me, Daps, Mo, Cass, all together live in the cut on a Thursday, man. So make sure you keep supporting, and great comments today as well, people. So big up for that. I think it's only right where you just touched on Caicedo, Cass, that we go on to Arsenal because they're top of the league right now. Caicedo's been linked with Chelsea. They've had a 75 million bid rejected, and now Arsenal are potentially sniffing, maybe looking at someone like a Xhaka replacement in the long term, who is getting older. If they go and get Caicedo, do you think this just nails down like Arsenal's position? Because they've got Trossard as well, by the way.
You know, I don't get why? Like they see Brighton. One thing I know about Brighton, they're not budging on their price, bro. I saw it with Cucurella. I saw it with Cucurella. They just sold Trossard for, obviously he wanted to go, didn't have much left. Caicedo to Arsenal doesn't make sense for me. I don't think they need to visit it now though. But I feel like they might need some sort of centre mid stopgap defense. No, because El Neni just got injured, right? I think they need a bit more of a stopgap kind of player. Not an 80 million guy to replace there. Maybe like a 40, 50 million player.
No. Do you know what?
Caicedo, he's not 100 million either.
Do you know how I rate it? This is
rate Arsenal or rate Brighton?
No, I rate what Arsenal are doing. I know how Brighton are going to move, but I rate what Arsenal are doing, because when you're saying maybe a 40 million, no, a 40 million is a squad. 40 million is a squad player, right? Right now, they're trying to compete. I rate it 100%. They might as well go, because if they win this league, they're going to need that level of players to retain it, right? Squad players are no good no more. And again, if Partey gets injured, if Xhaka gets injured, they are the one concern that Arteta has.
So you reckon they dip into their summer budget now, basically?
Yes, bro. Why the fuck? Look, if you're going to buy a very, very good player in the summer, right, to go next season,
get them now while you're
worries, and you have worries that someone might get injured in your run-up to win it, 100%.
Ben Jacobs. Let me ask you something. That's related to your club.
Ben Jacobs just said right now that Liverpool are no longer in the race for Moises Caicedo because they believe 65 million is too much for the midfielder, let alone his 75 million.
Go on, Mo.
Let me ask you something, Daps. Let me ask you something. Listen, from a player's perspective, you know that Arsenal's first 11, they're unshiftable. You cannot move anybody, and Arteta are going to keep playing them. How are you going to convince a player like Moises Caicedo to leave Brighton and come to Arsenal being on the bench? Exactly. The only manager in the world, let me just finish. The only manager in the world that I've seen can convince top players to come and rotate is Pep Guardiola. easy. You go play for Pep, you know that you're going to get your chance. You know you're going to play. You don't have to be the starter. This is not your position. How is Arteta going to convince this guy to come in,
firstly,
sit on the bench for Partey?
So it's very simple. Very, very simple. Bro, we're 5 points clear with a game in hand. If you come, you could be a Premier League champion in 3 months' time. Secondly, we're then going to go again in the Champions League next season. Thirdly, we've seen Arteta can convince people. He's convinced the whole fucking squad to be there, bro. He convinced Eddie Nketiah to stay, sign a contract and say, trust me, your time will come. And when your time comes, I will have you ready to take it. Bro, don't doubt Arteta. I'm sick of people doubting that man. That man, yeah. Is
no. I'm not doubting his ability. I'm saying about the club. The club itself.
Oh, Premier. All right, cool. Champions League football next season, and potentially very, very some might say likely that they might lift the Premier League in 3 months' time, bro. What more convincing do you need than that?
Playing time.
Playing time. Why, bro? The next European tournament, the next World Tournament isn't for 2 years as well. They don't need to get their place.
I'm sorry, yeah, but there's wait. There's one thing you haven't said, bro. There's levels between playing for Brighton and even being on Arsenal's bench.
Yeah,
there's levels.
So and
it's a long term. And also, bro, he knows that Xhaka's time there is gonna come to an end very soon.
The reason why is that he's guaranteed. If Chelsea are in for him, if Liverpool are in for him, maybe in the summer, he knows that he's gonna go and start every game.
Liverpool and Chelsea are big. Chelsea, you also know that if you don't have a good 4 games, they're gonna replace you.
Yeah, and do you know what?
You know that you're gonna start.
Mo, when you look at it, and I think it's a good question. I think I'm with Daps, Premier League potential winners, and you're in an Arsenal team that I feel like, let's be honest, everyone's been talking about squad depth the last couple of months for Man United, for Arsenal, for all these teams. They need depth. The drop-off is Lokonga and El Neni. I'm telling you now, with Granit Xhaka, despite him having good form, it's not like it's hard to replace Granit Xhaka. If Caicedo comes in and for 2 or 3 games and Xhaka gets injured or suspended, he plays well, he will keep his place in that side. And adding on to it, Arsenal were guaranteed top 4, right? So they're going to be playing Champions League, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Premier League. What do the best teams do? I've seen Manchester United under Sir Alex Ferguson have players like John O'Shea, Park Ji-sung, and these good players that actually are part of a squad. But they're not amazing. But what do they get? They all get game time. They all understand the system. So when they come in, they know their role. I'm telling you now, like Pep Guardiola has, like you said, you've got Gabriel Jesus last year, you've got Sterling, you've got Grealish, you've got Foden, you've got Mahrez. They all get their game time. And what's the ultimate goal? To win trophies. You win together. If Caicedo goes to Arsenal and the only player ahead of him is potentially Xhaka, I'm sorry, it's a perfect move for him.
Sorry, real quick to all 3 of you, yeah, because there's a guy called Marcus. Marcus, I have noticed you, bro. I don't know what your dislike towards me is. I don't know if you're a Jack under another name, yeah.
It's
but he always comes to me. Now,
this
Paul,
is happening.
All 3 of you, who has been the one person that has backed Arteta from day 1 at Arsenal?
You've always said
you believed in Arteta. I think you believed in Arteta.
I've always believed in. So your thing that I don't believe in Arteta because I still think City are going to win the league. Because I believe in my team, bro. That doesn't mean I've very clearly said if Pep left, I'd want Arteta as City manager. So, bro, if you're another one that's got some weird ass obsession with me, I salute you, bro. But honestly, nah, mate.
Wait. I got a question for Ty. Ty, have you always backed Marcus Rashford?
Do you know what? I've not always backed him now.
No, because I've got a clip here.
Yeah, bro, I've not always backed him.
Do you want me to play it?
I'm all for Rashford getting sold.
Wait, that's Hadj.
Yeah, that's all you, man.
Whoa.
It's bugging, but
wait, is that when Hadj said, "Oh, someone's got like," is that when Hadj was telling him and saying, "I'll still in for bed"?
You know what's the maddest thing is, yeah? Someone found a clip from a year ago.
Send me that.
Over a year ago. It's back in 2021, I think.
Yeah, bro, I admit, me and Newcastle, we've done streams where we're like, I don't know if I was done with him, but we always said,
hey, yo, don't put me in the coffin. I didn't say that.
It off. But we always said, under Ten Hag, Ten Hag was the last chance for him. But yeah, I'm glad for him, man. But yeah, man, Arsenal, what we saying then? Like,
I want to ask you something.
I think they need
why
a backup
players
DM,
go to Chelsea? Why a player like Mudryk choose to go to Chelsea? Why a player
like
they
offered the money that Arsenal didn't, Mo?
Nah, because I think it's more. There's a deep. I think there's a deeper concern.
So that's
as well.
what I'm saying. Not only
Mudryk moved for his country,
playing time as well. It's you convince a player with the money and the playing time. Mudryk know that he's gonna go
Zinchenko
play
was
at Chelsea.
there telling Mudryk how great this club was, and he would have gone
It's
there.
not the
Mudryk
point, no.
was
It's not the point.
Exactly, and he couldn't convince the player. And that's I'm just saying that because it doesn't
Yeah,
look
but
like
there's a
Arsenal
key-
has the pull.
The Shakhtar owner
Let me
come
just
out and
say
said
that.
that Chelsea.
I don't think Arsenal
No, but
have
you're
the
missing
pull
the
that
bigger
we
point.
think
You're missing
they
the bigger
had.
point. You're missing the bigger point. Mudryk left for Chelsea because there was more money, and obviously we all know about the political stuff going on at the moment in Ukraine. And the Shakhtar director said,
If Arsenal offered the
president said,
same
I'm going
money,
to come out and
we
give
all know he's going
most of
to
that money
Yeah.
to
I'm not
to
being
Ukraine,
funny. The
innit?
fact that Chelsea's board had the Shakhtar lot at their club and all of that stuff, yeah, I don't think that was a Mudryk decision. I don't
it
think that was a
wasn't.
Mudryk
Nah,
decision.
It wasn't. You
He
can see
didn't even
by-
look happy with his
Felix,
clothes.
I
on the
trust
I'm
coat.
just
me.
saying that I think it's harder to convince players to join Arsenal. I don't know why, and I don't know the reason.
I don't think so.
I
do.
actually
Money,
don't
bro.
know the reason.
Now they know they
Money.
got money. Now
Money.
But I
clubs know.
think
thing
only
is-
also playing time. That
But look.
playing
You say
time
that, but look
for
at the squad
Arsenal.
they're building. They got a Polish international in their club now, and no one knew about him too tough. But Kvyat is a decent player. You should know as well. Then they got the Trossard. That's a brilliant backup, left or right, doesn't matter.
Absolutely fantastic.
That's mentality right there. I get it. But Brian, they play a nice
Phenomenal.
way. He knows how to play it. He's a big game player as well, to be fair. And also, who else did they get this month? Did they get somebody else? They're looking at getting Fresneda, maybe one of the young talents there. They ain't got. Oh, their scouting system.
They're doing
They
smart. and you know what I
do
like?
smart deals. I don't think it'll be
Yeah.
hard to convince
You know
a
what it is?
Brighton
It's a
player
bit like
to come
Malafia
to
for
my
us,
club.
Cass. I like when my manager or my team signs players that not everyone knows about. You want them type of little gems that you can sign for cheap because then no one can really come with pressure on them. You never know what they're going to be like, and they might surprise you, and that's always a positive. So big up everyone that's watching, by the way. We're going to run up the likes again. 211 of you in here. Let's get this to 200 likes, man. Keep smashing that like button. The whole panel are here right now. We're going to touch on Spurs before we wrap up because I know we've done an hour and 15 already. But big up everyone inside. And don't forget the Arsenal Man City preview was out yesterday. So if you want to go and watch that after this to get you ready for tomorrow's big game, just go onto the channel and watch that. But yeah, do you know what, you man? There's 4 of us here. Is it 4 right backs lucky for Spurs? Because these guys are just buying right back after right back after right back after right back. Pedro Porro. Is this guy going to
Well, listen,
Yeah, that's a big move. Big move.
They signed Pedro Porro. We bagged 12 million out of it.
Oh, did you get a sell-on clause?
30% sell-on clause, right?
Yeah, how smart this team is.
We get 12 million. We bought a young Argentinian 20-year-old called Maximo Peroni for 8 million. Once again, champions of the net spend transfer window.
Daps, did you know, by the way, I know we'll touch on Spurs, we'll go straight back to Spurs, but that guy is staying in your first team, by the way.
Yeah, I know. He's at the American Championship under 20.
Sam was giving me the rundown on him yesterday. But
interesting. We'll see with him. But no, I think Spurs, they need a right back badly. Them and Chelsea. I think that's the key for them, innit? Get a right back in. They probably want more. I know their fans want more.
They need a wing. They need another wing back. They need a left wing back for me. By the way, big up
Yeah,
for the.
I think they need left and right, bro. I agree with you.
A quick one off topic. Big up for the super chat says Daps. Let's get Sane. He ain't going back. Pep ain't gonna go back.
Bro, Pep ain't taking him, man. Come on, let's.
He left for the home.
We love him. Salute him. He never talks bad on our club, but he ain't coming back. We need to drop that one.
Yeah, I think.
What do we think about Danjuma, guys? What do we think about Danjuma?
I think that's a good find for them.
Are they going to play Danjuma as a left wing back?
Hey,
I'm not sure if that's the right signing, though. Why is that a good signing?
I like it, Mo.
I like it.
Yes, no. I like the player. I like the player.
Okay.
Let me just finish. I like the player, but I think that he's still trying to play for like the 3-4-3 thing, and it looks like they need another forward. Danjuma, is he a winger? Is he a striker? What about Richarlison?
He's a left winger. He's with Son.
He's left all right. He's left all right, to be fair.
Heung-min Son is out of form, right? Heung-min Son is out of form. Some fans are saying I want him dropped. They've got Richarlison, who's been injury prone.
0 goals in 12 games.
Dynamic. He can play on the right. Kulizeski.
He had to say that.
0. No, but it's true. Richarlison has 0 goals in 12 games.
Yeah, like, do you know what I mean? He's not cutting it since he's really come. He scored a couple goals against Marseille in the Cup, in the Champions League or whatever it was, sorry. But I just feel like Tottenham needs something different where it could wake Son up. It could put him into better form. You've got Kulizeski who's just come back from his injury. He's going to play. Kane. I think they need a bit more depth because Richarlison's okay, but I feel like Danjuma has that flair.
Think about it like this, though, Ty. You know what? I might be wrong. I think maybe Spurs can probably get top 4 if they do get a left wing. I think their left side is so shit. Yeah, it's that bad. It's bad, bro. And their left winger in Son, it's bad, bro. It's awful, actually. They got Ben Davies behind. It's awful. He's not looking good in the Dunya, innit?
So you think they need a right back and a left back?
Yes, they need. I think with Danjuma, Kulusevski around Kane. People that you got 2 ball retentive players. They
I
got,
like
he's got
that,
good
man,
feet.
you know.
They
I
got good
like
feet. Now go get yourself a proper left wing back because Porro is a proper right wing back, and a Sporting Lisbon fan I know who I'm quite good friends with. Bro, him and his dad love this guy, bro.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, and they say it's like they wish for this guy. Do you get what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but he's not gonna stay. So you know,
Kulusevski and Kane have got it locked down. I see Martin say Kulusevski's replacement. I'm telling you, Kulusevski is one of the best wingers in the league. He is staying in that right wing
Yeah, I
spot.
agree.
Kane is staying there,
think
and
he's
it'll
very
be
good,
between Kane and Son and Danjuma. Now Son's not on great form, and he's never been tested because in the last 3-4 years he's been comfy. This year he's not comfy now with Danjuma arriving. But people need to remember,
I'd honestly throw a punt on
alone.
Jed Spence, man. Put Porro left wing back or something, or Jed Spence, because honestly, they need some pace in that team, man.
Bro, I think Jed Spence is going on loan to like Palace or Leicester or something.
Why
maybe.
not? Why not? Yeah, Palace need him. I can't stand looking at Nathaniel Klein and Joe Ward getting ripped up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like flipping
out.
out. Joe Ward against who was it that was getting absolutely done up? Who was playing them recently at their ground at Selhurst after us? Newcastle.
So awkward.
Newcastle.
He's so awkward.
Weird,
He's
man.
so awkward on the ball. It's
Joe Ward is
I
such
watched
a
the match,
championship
it's
player.
unbelievable.
You know? Like,
Joe
no,
Walker.
I agree with you on Kulusevski. I think
unbelievable,
what you
wasn't
said
it?
there, Ty, is when you referred to him as a winger, yeah, because earlier on I heard Rashford referred to as a winger, and I'm like,
The inside forward, you know what I mean?
but there's a difference.
Mm.
Kulusevski's a winger. He's a winger, bro.
Ooh, do you think?
Yeah, he's
Bro,
a center for me. He's a cam, man.
Because
I think he's
what
more
I mean by
inside
that is,
forward, yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
But the only difference I'd say is I really don't see Rashford having any real delivery at all, right? Whereas
You
Kulusevski,
class wingers with delivery.
he can deliver, bro. He can.
Okay,
I
so
mean, if we
Danjuma's
really
a
wanna
winger
go
then,
old
'cause he can
school,
deliver.
Literally, if you're saying a winger has to be pacey, hug the line, and cross the ball, then there's like probably 3 in the whole league now. But I think with Kulusevski, he can cross the ball, whereas Rashford.
Oh, he's
Rashford
brilliant.
can't
across
cross
Yeah,
the
but
ball.
he's the inside forward. He's more for me. Kulusevski's more like a playmaking inside winger, if anything. He's a bit of,
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I think
Danjuma.
I like
will line you up
Kulusevski.
1v1 and take you on. Son can't take on a man.
I think Kulusevski can play in the 8, and I think he can play in the 10 as well. I think he's got
Kulusevski's
all of that in the
very
bag.
fucking good,
He's
very
so
good.
good, and I'm hoping that clause doesn't activate. If they don't get Champions League, then there's no clause, there's no obligation to buy. I swear.
You see Kulusevski, yeah.
I need them.
There is a chance. I'm not gonna say.
I'm
not gonna
sorry.
say to the same
Kulusevski.
level, because the level of the next player I'm about to say. But you know when Modric left Tottenham, and you realise just how good he was. I think Kulusevski, when he leaves Tottenham, he'll take it to a next level.
Yeah, he's
Bro,
young.
but people should
He's
realise
not
how good he
allowed
was.
to leave,
Juve,
guys.
he's
He
the
is
best-
not
he's the
Ty.
biggest in Italy. I
Huh?
liked him.
Ty,
there.
he's not allowed to leave. He's not allowed to leave. In the contract, it's an obligation to buy.
Yeah, no, it's
No,
obligation.
but
No,
apparently,
If
Daps is
Let me-
probably
let me
thinking in
finish.
time.
Oh, I mean in the future.
You know how young
he
he is?
plays
He looks about
50
30. He
if
looks
he
30,
plays-
he's 22.
if he plays 50% of the games, he's already played 12 games, so he's 8 games out to be bought like by.
I heard there's
Tottenham.
another
It's
clause
not
in
a
there, though.
choice.
I thought there was another clause. I heard there's Champions League clause in there too.
One of top 4 or 50% of the games. Or
50% again. So what are we saying then?
Oh.
If they've got Danjuma done now, we look at it now. And guys in the comments, let us know as well. There are a few points off top 4. You've got Liverpool
One
and
more.
Chelsea obviously battling in 9th,
One more
10th. You've got
name.
Newcastle, who are like,
If
do
not,
you guys think Porro and Danjuma's enough to get them top 4?
No.
have we watched Danjuma this year, guys?
Exactly.
It's not his fault. He's not playing. Last year, 6 goals in the Champions League, tearing it up. He was getting the Netherlands squad. We know there's a player in there, Mo. Just because he's not played much with Villarreal doesn't mean he's shit all of a sudden.
So is Conte
I don't
going to get
watch him.
that out
I
of
have
him?
no
but
idea
he
about
does.
him, to be honest.
But you know what? There's
I
one more
don't- I don't
player.
watch
One
him.
more player. I think they need. What I think they need, other than left wing back, is a centre back. If I'm Conte, Italian,
centre
all that kind, bro, go get Skriniar right now.
So, but
Go get-
Skriniar,
Yeah, I
then.
hear that.
But Skriniar, then. So
see what Mo
Skriniar
said.
is
Cheap
not
as well.
renewing the
How much
contract.
Sorry, I'm going to make this easier for you guys at the end. I need to dip. So
Yeah.
everyone,
Big up, Daps.
We need
check
Big up
the
that.
thumb below. Give it a smash.
Yep.
Help support the channel. Marcus, it's all love, bro. It's all love. It's all love to everyone.
Bless
And
up.
catch Mo. I'm going to do the watch along with you tomorrow. So catch you on the watch along tomorrow.
Sick,
Oh, I
sick, sick.
didn't know that. I need
Big
to
up,
know that.
Daps, man. Love that little
Love, love,
surprise
love.
there for you, Mo. We'll do like 5-10 minutes
Looking
anyway.
at-
Mo,
sorry, looking
touch
at
on the
excited,
Skriniar
bro.
thing because I want to know more about this situation with Skriniar. Touch on it.
It's simple. Skriniar, they offered 60 million in the summer, and Inter didn't budge on 70, and he
Wait,
has
who
1
offered
year
60?
left. PSG
PSG,
already offered
okay.
60.
Mm.
Spurs were there for 50. Of course, it was too far. And then, anyway, they didn't renew the contract. Now they're trying to renew the contract. They're offering the player not enough money, and his agent said he's not renewing. Run out of contract at the end of the season. Inter are trying to sell him now. PSG offered 10 million now, or 15 million now.
Spurs
and I think Inter want 20. So hear me out.
That it?
Koulibaly is on 15 million pounds a year, right? 300k a week.
What?
Skriniar, the offer from PSG now for Skriniar is 9 million euros a year. That's 8 million pounds. So easy, Spurs can come to Inter and say, here's 20 million. We paid Spurs 20 million for Eriksen when he had 6 months left. So they can just offer 20 million, offer the guy 10 million pounds a year, and he's there for a 4 or 5 year contract.
You think Skriniar would want to go to Spurs?
Yeah, with Conte, you would. If there's assurances over Conte, I think so.
That's the thing. And one more thing also, it's your last big contract. Would you go for a Premier League club that is you're going to get the money, they're going to offer you big money, or would you go to PSG and also play in a league?
It changed everything.
No, you're going to win. You're going to win Liga.
It changed everything for Spurs, man. Get rid of Dyer in that middle, man. You got Romero, who used to play in Italian league.
No. He's going to play right. That's the problem.
Oh, is it?
The problem, they're looking at him.
Man.
He is a right centre back. He's never going to be a sweeper in the middle. He is going to go right back. So Romero has to change his position.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
and that's the problem. But also, that's not a lot of money, though. I promise you, they get Skriniar, the whole shape of the team changed. The whole shape.
Yeah, I agree with
that. I think he's a top centre-back. I really rate him. And don't forget as well, like, even some of the games he started his career at, he was actually playing defensive midfield. I actually remember back in the day. So, like, he's a good player. To be fair, if they got Skriniar, Danjuma and Porro,
that's a 10-10 window.
They've got a sniff in it.
That's a 10-10. That's not. No, they have got it. They will get it. For me, they'll get it.
Well, Newcastle
I'm not joking, but you're giving him some hard-working players. Porro's hard-working, Danjuma's hard-working from Villarreal, and then you got an Italian guy that you know inside out. Bro, done. I think it's done. That top four, and I can't lie, it won't be so much. I think you'll see the shape of Conte doing what he done at Chelsea. It just changed. Everything changes, but
wow, interesting, man. If Spurs get that over the line, obviously we've got 5 more days left in the window. Just so you know, guys, we might even do something on deadline day as well, which is coming up next week. So make sure you stay tuned for that. We've just gone through what the big teams need this window. It's actually been a great stream. The Declan Rice segment, me, Casmo, and Daps going at it is brilliant. People got different opinions, and that's what we love debating, and that's what we love doing as a crew.
But Declan Rice is better than Calvin Phillips. That's what just going to put it out.
You say it now, Daps has gone clever. Still 164 of you here, so please make sure you smash the like. It's been a great stream as well. I'll wrap it up in a minute, but guys, Cass, Mo, is there anything you want to plug and say before?
We'll be back tomorrow about what time, Mo? Like 3:30?
3:30. We'll do a show. It's going to be me and Cass. We don't know if anybody. Also, listen. I want 160 people here. Listen, watch-alongs. We're doing the watch-alongs. Me and Daps tomorrow watching Arsenal, Man City. I might try to get an Arsenal fan in there, to be honest.
Yeah, even something at half-time, Mo, like I did, or something like that. It's
yeah. We'll see, but Daps wants to do the watch-along with me. But then, listen, people, I want you to go and subscribe to the channel. You will enjoy it. A lot of screaming and yelling.
It's down below, by the way, guys. The NAF Watch Along channel is down below in the description. Mo is doing a lot of big game stuff over there. And also, guys, don't feel like you can't join him. Like he said, he might get an Arsenal fan in tomorrow, but throughout the season, if you want to jump on with him before kickoff or at halftime, and you've got a camera and obviously be professional, come on, show love, get your views on there, man. Mo would love to speak to you guys, man. So
absolutely.
Just, keep liking this video as well. Make sure you smash the subscribe button if you're new. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Me, Casmo, Daps, and that will be back over the weekend, and love every time.
Yeah, man. You guys in here suck. That's what I'm going to say.